Hi everybody, today is July 1st, Friday, and my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the Search Buzz video recap. This is the news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. I can't do the live broadcast today, so I'll be just talking off my iPad, looking directly at this camera as opposed to back and forth, which might be a little bit less distracting for you guys, and hopefully you'll like it better. Let me know in the comments, and hopefully this will work out well. The big news this week is Google launched the Google Plus network. It's basically Google's answer to Facebook. It's a very cool new social network. It has a lot of features. I've been playing around with it for a little bit. I invited about 100 or so people. My invites have been removed, but hopefully I'll get more invites in the future. And if you want, just have to leave a comment on this video or in the blog post, and hopefully I'll get you a plus one invite if you don't have one yet. That being said, the features are very cool stuff like organizing your friends into circles, and having interest in these sparks and doing hangouts, which are really cool video chat things, which is really cool. Instant uploads via your Android phone, and hopefully that's coming to iPhone soon. And to do like text-based chat, not really texting, but group-based chat in huddles, which is pretty cool. The features are very cool, and I like it a lot, and we'll see if it actually lasts or not, but I guess time will tell with that. Moving on to the next topic, Google, with that launch, started to do this new black and gray design with their top bar. I'm sure you've seen it by now. Now the top of Google is no longer white or grayish, it's actually black, and the interface looks pretty different. A lot of people are really upset about it if you look at the chat rooms and stuff, but Google says it helps people focus. It gives them better view of what things are going on, and it makes them more pronounced. And Google changed their search results as well, and I'll throw screenshots in here. We can see now a black bar, a gray middle interface, search box behind the thing, which we showed in the past. Google was testing these interfaces. Google revamped Google Maps and even mobile and other things as well. So it's pretty interesting to see. Like I said, a lot of people do not like it, but I think it's here to stay for a while until Google realizes and gives people an option to change it. That being said, also this week Google did a PageRank update. It was the first PageRank update in about 6 months. It happened, I believe, over the weekend of June 27th or so. Like I said, it's been around 6 months. Google is constantly downplaying the PageRank update. We had 72 comments about this PageRank update on our blog post, which is really a lot. Because it shows to me that a lot of people still in the SEO community really care a lot about these PageRank updates. That being said, Google's own PageRank, Google.com, has been downgraded from a PageRank of 10 to a PageRank of 9. Again, I'm not sure what that means exactly. They still probably rank very well for a lot of things, but that is the case. And this morning, actually, or late last night, Google's Susan Moscott went ahead and did a blog post saying, "Beyond PageRank, graduating to actionable metrics." She basically said, and I'll quote, "PageRank is no longer, if it ever was, the be-all and end-all of all rankings." That being said, she basically is downplaying PageRank again, as she's done in the past many times, as well as other Googles have done in the past, and saying SEOs and webmasters, don't bother with PageRank, it's not that important. Bottom line is, if Google doesn't want people to bother about PageRank, they should really do something actionable on their side to remove the PageRank toolbar, the PageRank values from the toolbar, I believe. That being said, another cool thing that happened this week was Google has completely wiped out any site on a subdomain of .co.cc. Basically, co.cc was a free domain registrar and free host that hosted sites and redirects for a lot of spammers, and Google said, forget this, we're done with this site, with this domain, we're going to go ahead and ban any site on it. John Moo from Google explained that if you are hosted on there and you're legitimate, go ahead and post a Google reconsideration request, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that manually. Google has banned free hosts in the past. Back in May, we reported about a free host being banned, and this is the second one but not just a specific domain. On the analytics side, a lot of cool things came out related to social and +1 buttons, and obviously a major plus thing going on with Google. But first, before we get into that, Google Analytics has granted me beta access to the SEO reports section. So now there's search engine optimization reports. I'll go ahead and scream through them on the video so you guys can take a look at them. But it basically shows you summary of impressions by by geographic location, so you can actually see impression data. Basically, people doing searches for keywords that you actually rank for, your organic listing showing up. And then you can actually see click-through rates and impressions and stuff like that, which you weren't able to see outside of for AdWords listings, which is pretty cool. You can see by geographic region, by Google property, how much stuff you're getting from, SEO queries, meaning the actual keywords you're ranking for, and the clicks on those keywords, and the impressions on those keywords, and the average position on those keywords, and the SEO landing reports, which pages on your site actually rank fairly well, which is pretty cool, and it works pretty well. And obviously, you can use this data to mash it up between your other reports. And also, it's very, very, very easy to set up as long as you have a Google Webmaster Tools account. You can easily hook it up with that. Again, it's invite only at this point, and we'll see how things change. On the Google Analytics side, we also have Google enabling social tracking. Google has enabled social tracking specifically for +1 buttons very easily, but you can also tag up your other social engagements, such as commenting on your site, using Facebook likes, things like tweets, anything that's social that you want to track, you could actually do that. And now there's a whole section for social engagement, social actions, and social pages, which I'll stream through again on this video, so you can take a look at it. I love this new report, and it's very, very cool. Not as cool as the SEO report, but it's very, very cool anyway. In addition, Google Webmaster Tools actually enabled +1 data within the Google Webmaster Tools. So now you can actually show the search impact of your +1 buttons. You can see click-through rates, how it improved or disimproved with the +1 buttons, and the activity in terms of +1 buttons, and the audience, the type of demographics over time that are actually going ahead and +1ing your content. And this is all within Google Webmaster Tools. You can enable it, and it works pretty well. There was a report about Bing's spider, Bing bot, which was used to called MSN bot, that is crawling too hard. There have been several reports about this over the course of several years, even back when it was MSN bot. Bing's webmaster advisor, Dwayne Forrester, basically set the crawl rate to low, but it's still causing a lot of issues for some people. I'm not sure how big of an issue it is, but it's definitely causing issues for some people. And I don't even know if it's Bing's spider or some type of rogue spider that's pretending to be Bing's spider. There was a great post by Google's Susan Moskwa again. She's one of the fearless Googlers out there. And she basically went ahead and said, and I quote, in reply to, let me give you some context, in reply to somebody saying, should I remove pages from my website because I'm afraid that I'm not ranking as well? So Susan replied, she's a Googler, she replied, dude, it sounds like you've read too many tinfoil hat SEO articles. And she went in to explain, there's no such thing as text-to-ad ratio, don't worry about that. And she went off on a big rant about this, which is pretty funny. You have a lot of comments about it. You definitely want to take a look at that June 28th if you're worried about certain things in terms of that. She specifically commented about Panda later on, so you might want to take a look at that. It's pretty interesting. Another thing that bugged me this week was I spotted some people complaining, or one person complaining, that the Google Webmaster Tools data for the link data in the Google Webmaster Tools was not accurate. The guy was saying, it's only showing 1% of my links. And what was upsetting to me was Googler, Pierre Farr, who's a new Googler, and to be fair, he basically said, keep in mind, also the Webmaster Tools shows a sample of links, but it isn't guaranteed to show 100% of the links. So some links may exist in either URL that aren't necessarily displayed in Webmaster Tools. He's basically saying to this guy who says, only 1% of my links are showing up, that it's a sample of links. And I hate that, because Google, back in the day, basically was saying that the link tool, when you do link:/www.domain.com, that was a sample of links. And they said, go ahead and use Google Webmaster Tools because that shows a better sample of links, a much greater sample of links. But to use this excuse for somebody complaining that 1% of their links are showing up is a very bad excuse in my opinion. I don't know if everybody agrees with that, but that's my opinion. A funny thing with the new search by image feature in Google, I did a search for myself. I uploaded my headshot, and up came pornography. I'll embed that in the screen with it being censored, of course. But the cool thing that I learned from this was that if you report an image in that feature, it actually removes the image. So if you are upset about somebody, if you're worried about the topic of online reputation management for this image search feature, and you don't like the images that are showing up for you, just report the images that are showing up and tailor those images until you're happy. Keep reporting the images that are not good, and then by the time you're done, hopefully it'll be a nice little interface. That's how it works right now. It might change in the future, but just keep that in mind. Another thing is Google killed Google Health. It's no longer a product anymore. It's going away, I think, by the end of this year, January 1st, 2012. I expect this to happen, and it has, and I don't know what to feel. I'm not happy or sad about it. I think it would be cool to have a nice health search engine feature where you could consolidate all your medical records, but at the same time, Google's being probed by the FTC, as you know, so they have to do anything and everything to go ahead and make themselves look smaller than they are. That being said, they aren't smaller than they are, and they forgot their Canadian neighbors. Today is Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all our Canadian watchers and viewers. And Google forgot it. Last year they had a beautiful logo up, but this year they have no logo. Bing has a logo, and even Yahoo has a sweet animated theme, which I can't show you, so go to the blog to check it out. But Google forgot it. Hopefully they'll post something later today, but they haven't as of yet. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is the search news we covered over the Search and Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. Today again is July 1st, and hope to see you guys next week. Everyone have a great weekend. Bye.